Working out is magic. It is ritual. In the last year that I have been changing how I use my physical body by being more active, going, to the gym, doing circuit training, hydraulic lifting, pre-core lifting. I've lost number one over 100 pounds in a year. And not only that, all of my levels, my blood work is beautiful. And I feel my body feels rejuvenated. I think I was letting it just kind of drain away. That's when I started working with Terpsy because there was some imbalance there because I was casting so frequently and I'm a third party caster. So I cast for other people. And I was doing so much of that I think I was becoming more mana than matter, and I was starting to have definite physical health repercussions because of that. So, working with Terpsy again, it's about balancing that excessive use of magic that can be harmful to our physical body, our meat suit. So, corruption and overload, repeated use can lead to the body being changed by magic, sometimes with negative consequences like a metabolic system overload. This is true. Many a practitioner, including myself, have become, I almost want to say you have to watch your toxicity levels with magic because it can change the body. And I'm trying to word this appropriately for you guys. I don't want to ever scare anybody off. Magic is a beautiful, wonderful thing, but like anything else in life, you need moderation, right? And if you don't have moderation, especially with magic, because it makes us feel so good, just like a drug, right? It's easy to overdo it. And when we look at metabolic system overload, that usually physically manifests itself in obesity. And then all of those obesity related diseases like, liver problems, diabetes, pancreatitis, edemas, vascular issues, cardiovascular issues, fatigue, your mental system degradation, not being able to focus, not being able to sleep. That's why if any of you do readings with me, when I divine, one of the first things I look at, regardless of what method I'm using, is the five corners of dancing is used and has been used as a form of spell casting, where movement, intention, and energy are combined to create magical effects, right? In various spiritual and magical traditions. It's very improvisational. It does have, I think, a little bit more structure versus trance dancing. Dance magic usually is very structured. Again, traditional rites of witchcraft, the compass round, treading the mill. These are very structured routines. So the movements themselves act as a physical language, like a sign language you're using with your body, or a ritualistic tool to really direct energy to achieve that specific outcome. So I am going to share one that I have not shared previously. We've never talked about spiral dancing, and I am going to explain how to do the spiral dance since that's very structured. So, how dancing is used in spell casting. So, sacred dance is a common practice in many religious and spiritual traditions to connect with the divine, to express devotion, which is basically give offering, or facilitate communication with spiritual realms. So, dynamic movement, especially if you're doing it in a group, can build powerful shared energy for rituals and spells. Now, in some systems, spell casting is literally a dance, using very specific movements as a form of body language to cast spells, similar to how a spoken language or hand gestures are used. So, practices like witch dancing that uses improvised, I can't say this, improvisation. Oh my gosh, you guys, based on images and qualities to create a metamorphosis of the body and to cast a spell through continuous movement. I think I better take a sip of Starbucks. A typical trance dance is usually an integral part of a ritual, especially the old traditional rituals. These kind of rituals are ancient. They can be found in cultures all over the world. I did a presentation on Tungusic shamanism several months back as part of our Sacred Sexuality series. And so I'll use them as an example. That video is also on our YouTube for free if you didn't see it. But many, many other cultures I listed here, the Navajo, the Sioux of North America, the Siberian shamans, Tungusic shamanism, the voodoo practitioners of Benin and Haiti, Cuban Santeria, the Sami in Scandinavia, we go on and on here. I have a whole list, the Yoruba in West Africa, all these different spiritual practices, these spiritual networks, right? Umbrellaed into omnism, into polytheism, use trance dance music as part of their spiritual practice, part of their ritual. The Umbanda in Brazil, they actually are unique because they combine Roman Catholicism with religious practices from the Yoruba from West Africa. So you'll find that too. You'll find a lot of hodgepodgery, I call it. That's like Southern Conjure, your powwow Dutch Appalachian magic. There is a lot of omnistic, polytheistic hodgepodging. And that's a beautiful, wonderful thing because we are all interconnected and all of these deities and energies are interconnected. So why shouldn't we be infusing them? We should be. I mean, if you want to be powerful, if you want to manifest, you should be infusing. So going back to the Umbanda, they believe that a person becomes possessed with spirit during a trance dance. And it can be endowed that person with the power to actually heal others.